Red Queen. This was the first book I read for August TBR by Victoria Aveyard. I loved it. It held me captive the whole time reading it, stressed me out, which is what a good fantasy tends to do for me. And I think this was definitely a 4-star read for me, maybe 4.5. I definitely enjoyed it. The plot was good, and it held my attention. It made me curious how it was going to end. I had my guesses, and I was kind of right with some things, but most of them were like fears, and yeah, some of it came true. But I'll definitely continue with this series to see how it ends, but I definitely enjoyed it and do recommend. The second book that we did was Shadow Princess by Caroline Peckham and Susan Valenti. This is the book 4 from Zodiac Academy. This book was difficult and stressful and good and amazing and all of the feels that you could possibly feel. This gave me that. I only had one problem, and that was the second to last chapter, where I threatened to DNF the entire book series. But I came back to myself the next day and calmed down and didn't actually really. Yes, I did throw this book across the room. It held up fine. It's fine. It's a big book. It was fine. But yeah. So this one we will be continuing, obviously, with book 5 to finish up the series with, I think there's like 9 books. I don't even know. But yeah, anyway, loved it. It was amazing. Third book, we read Sunny Disposition by Deanna Gray. This is a hockey romance. It is part of a series. This is book 1 of the Mendel Hawks series. I needed this nice, not intense fantasy coming after those 2 first ones. This one was great. I loved it. The characters were great. The writing was wonderful. I can't say enough good things. Oh, I did forget to tell you. This book, I gave it 5 stars. If I could have, I probably would have done 4.95 just because of that one chapter all the way in the back. Oh, yeah, it's a Tory chapter, that's for sure. It would have been, where is it? Is it this chapter? Oh no, it's before that chapter. That's Darcy. It would be, oh come on, this chapter 46. This is the chapter that destroyed me completely and utterly. And when I got to the end of it, I threw the book. Yeah, okay. Now, this book, loved it, had so much fun. The topics had a little bit of stuff that's, a little, not too much trauma, but, a little bit. But I loved it. I had a blast reading it. I definitely recommend it. This one for me is 4.5. I didn't really have much to complain about. I really enjoyed it, and I am excited to go on to book number 2 and continue on with this series. Book 4 is A Little Crush by Kelsey Ray. This was so sad. It is the final book in the Little Things series, and I am devastated that it is over. It was so good. I mean, it's exactly what you want when you're ending a series, especially when it's a series that has been going for so long. This is a 2nd gen series, so we got to know the parents, and then we got the kids, and this was that final culmination of those series, and it was just beautiful. Like, I cried, I laughed, I had a great time. And I 10 out of 10 recommend reading this book. It's 5 stars, 6 stars really, a 6-star read for me. But yeah, a winner. Speaking of 6-star reads, right here, Dear Reader, Tate James. This is book 1 of the Devil's Backbone series. It was amazing. I had so much fun and stress and pain and tears, and oh my God, like, you see this book took everything out of me. I added it to our TBR because I wanted to read it. I read it, and 6,000 million infinity stars, like infinity star, like just no question. And after that, because of the fact that this one ends on a horrible cliffhanger, like it's just such a mean cliffhanger, I went directly into Watch Your Back, book 2 of the Devil's Backbone series by Tate James. I could not pause in between. There was no question to it. We went straight to the next book, and six stars, infinity stars. How would you rate this? It was amazing, and I devoured it. I read it so quick. I've never moved on to a book so fast as when this one finished. The first one finished, and I went right into it instantly. Like, I swear to you, it was just a couple seconds between the first and the second. Downloaded the audio, downloaded the ebook, just started going. I did use the audiobook for pretty much all of these reads in September. I think only one book out of my entire, or September, for all of August, one book out of my August TBR was not read on ebook, or not read on audio with it, and that was just because of the fact that it was an ARC, so they didn't have an audiobook yet. But yes, this book, I don't even have words. I loved it so much, and the fact that it leaves you on a cliffhanger that is so diabolical, it makes you question your sanity. I mean, it really does. It just makes you question life. And I have to wait until September 16th for the third book, so I am living in limbo and devastated. It lives with me daily. I think about this book, and I think about what's going to happen in the third one. And as soon as that is available, I will be, in fact, reading it. You bet your bottom dollar. Name that musical. Yeah, it was amazing. It was just amazing. I love this book. I can't say enough good things about it. If you haven't read this series, please pick up the Tate James Devil's Backbone series. It is so good, you will not regret it. The next book that we read was This Will Be Fun by E.B. Asher. This was an unexpected love. I did not expect to like it as much as I did. I had so much fun with this book. I've never read anything like it. It had a very Princess Bride-esque feeling to it. It was fantasy, it was comfort, but it was also like pain and just, oh, so good. It was just so good. I don't even know how to explain it. I just had a blast with it. This surprised me. This was a huge, happy surprise. I don't even have any complaints. Like, honestly, I literally think about this book. I found myself thinking about this book and being so excited that there is a continuation coming soon, and I cannot wait for it. There is a second book in this series that I did not know was coming, but I need it, and I can't wait for next year when it comes out. This one was a 5-star, totally 5-star, no questions. I just had a blast, and I think if you love a good comedy but fantasy with adventure and just a thrill, that this book is so for you. And it's got romance, it's got second chance romance. It was really good. It hit a lot of good notes, and I recommend this 100%. Check it out. The next book that we did was Summer in the City by Alex Astor. I loved this book. It was a fun, light read, especially considering the rest of our August TBR. We didn't have very many what I consider just a light, fun romance. This one was basically sort of reminded me of like a billionaire romance a little bit. I don't know if that's one of the tropes that it's part of, because I can't remember the tropes, but it definitely gave me that feel. It was fun. I had a little bit of frustration with our main character, our main female character. But I was just like, it was just towards the end, and it was like very quick. But this one was definitely like a 4.5 star, I would say. I enjoyed it though. I had fun. It was a quick read for me. I did the audiobook. I loved the audiobook along with it. And I do recommend, if you're looking for just a fun time, and again, a summer read, it probably would have been, I mean, it was summer. August is summer. So it was a great summer read. Definitely enjoyed it, had fun, and would recommend. Then we went on to Under One Roof by Ali Hazelwood, and I loved this book. Again, it was yet another just fun, easy little read, very light, very short and quick. It was a novella. I had fun with it. I enjoyed it. I don't have any complaints. I liked the characters. I liked the story. I thought it was plotted cool. I kind of liked how it began and then how we continue going through to see what happened, kind of thing. I definitely enjoyed it, and it was a lot of fun. Novellas are hard to rate, but I enjoyed it. I think like 4.5 stars. I mean, it's not gonna stick with me forever, I don't think. I don't know. It's hard to rate a novella. But I guess I don't even know what I rated it on my Goodreads. I tend to rate as soon as I finish, and normally my Goodreads ratings are either 4 or 5. I don't really fluctuate too much lower, because I'm never too disappointed with a book. It really takes a whole lot to make me disappointed. I don't think I've ever been disappointed in a book. Like, come to think of it, I don't think I've ever read one that I just absolutely hated or didn't enjoy to the point where I would want to rate it anything lower than a 4. And most of the times, books are, to me, when I first started rating, I'll honestly tell you that I just kind of gave 5s to everything because I had fun, I enjoyed it, there was nothing I really complained about. I'm only now starting, like later on in my reading journey this year, is just starting and being like, okay, well, I enjoyed that, it was thrilling, it was great, I want to continue with the series. But then I compare it to, will this stick with me forever? Is this a book that I can't live without? Is this a book that I would love to read again from like my first impression again? And in those cases, I want to give those 5 stars. And everything else, I'm trying to be good and kind of give a 4 if it's not something that I think is going to live with me forever. But again, there aren't very many that aren't going to stick with me for the rest of my life. I will be honest. A huge chunk of books that I read, I feel like I could be connected to forever, and I would want to continue reading this series for as long as they would give me books. So, I don't know, maybe that just makes me an easy reader. I don't know. I know people who are much more, I can't think of the word, but bigger on like, not discriminatory, sort of discriminatory, whatever the word is that I'm trying to think of. But I'm pretty easygoing with a book. If I have a blast with it, if I'm enjoying it, and I want to continue reading a series, then I'm going to give you a 4 or 5. It's going to take a lot for me to give you anything lower. I would have to absolutely hate a book and not have any fun at all for me to give a lower score, and then I probably wouldn't rate it. Just because I feel like, I don't know, that's just me. Whatever, I got off on a tangent. So anyway, Under One Roof, I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was an easy, very quick read for me. I needed it. It was kind of like a palate cleanser between like crazy books, and I was reading that at the same time as I read, slide that one in, As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. This is the final book in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. This book was very hard for me. I'm not gonna lie, 50% into this book, I was stressed. Like, when I tell you I was stressed, I am not exaggerating. This book had me questioning how it was a YA. I was like, if I am this stressed on a YA, I don't know how I'm gonna do in any other mysteries. And trust me, I have quite a few mysteries on my TBR that I want to read, and I haven't yet. And I'm just like, my God, this one nearly killed me. But yeah, so this one was difficult. It was hard for me to get through. I was stressing and worried, and I've loved all of these books and the Netflix series. I enjoyed that like massively. So yeah, this one was hard. I did love it. I did finish it. It took a little bit of time, but we got through it. We made it through. And I'm happier for it. I enjoyed it. I mean, a good book will make you feel for their characters and want them to succeed and want them to thrive. So that is, like, for me, a sign that I have enjoyed a book. I know that some people would think, oh, you stressed, you must have hated that book. No, I loved it. The stress was horrible, but it was worth it in the end. So this definitely, I mean, for what it made me feel, I mean, this would be another one sort of like Shadow Princess, where there was a part at the end that kind of made me question things. And so for that reason, I would give it a 4.95. But on my Goodreads, I'm pretty sure I gave both of those books a 5-star, because you can't do point systems or half systems. And like, it is not a 4 for sure. It is closer to a 5 than it is a 4. So for me, this was a 4.95 because I can give it whatever rating I want on this screen. But yeah, I love this book, and I definitely recommend the series. It is so good and so thrilling, and yeah, I love this book, so definitely recommend this book. And then we have Lights Out by Nevessa Allen, an Into Darkness novel. And I absolutely loved this book. Like, this book for me felt like when I read Fourth Wing for the first time, when I read A Court of Mist and Fury for the first time, when I read The Deal for the first time, reading God of Malice and Brutal Obsession, and reading Wicked Deeds for a Winter's Night. All of those books were like instant loves for me. I mean, I can name more, but I'm like just thinking off the top of my head of the ones that come right to mind. When I read Breaking the Net, or any of Helena Hunting's Terror Hockey. I think it's the Terror Team. I'm so terrible with those names. Terror. But like, oh my God, I loved this book. I loved it so much. I did not expect to love it so much, but I truly did. These characters just endeared themselves to me. They live in a part of me for the rest of my life. I loved this book. I have recommended it to every one of my friends. I'm like, please read this book. You will not regret it. My friends that read, let's put it that way. My friends who read, especially like a dark romance, because this is a dark romance. But I loved this book. This is one of those infinity star books. I put it as 5 stars, but if I could, I would have put it as infinity. To the end of the world. Loved this book. And if you haven't read it and you love stalker romance, dark romance, you will eat this up. Get this book. I'm moving my camera, I'm so sorry. Go download the ebook, go buy the book, go read the audio. I did this ebook, audio, and physical copy, and I just it was so good. It's so good. Just go into the world and read this book. You won't regret it. The next one, I was so excited to be able to be an ARC reader for Bree Hayden, and this is her book, Call the Shots. This is a hockey romance, and it was so good. It like gives you everything you could ever want. It is a chunky book. I mean, there are a ton of chapters, a ton of pages, and it just gives you so many things, and I loved it. Her main characters were brilliant, and I loved the depth that she created for them. And then you have the side characters, which we will hopefully get books, because this is a series. This is for the Arena series, so this is book 1, but hopefully we will get even more books with the other characters coming soon. I think she's working on the 2nd book right now. And these side characters, you get little teases of them, and you want to see more from them. And oh my goodness, she does have a series previous to this, and I can't remember what the series is called off the top of my head, and I am in fact using my phone to film this, so I can't even look. But her first series is like a football series, and you meet those like certain characters there, and you do get those characters to have like spots in this part of the series. But yeah, it's so good. You do not need to read those books prior. I haven't. They are on my TBR now because I loved her writing, and I loved this family that she created with these characters, and so I'm excited to go on and read those and go back to those. But yeah, I was so extremely just humbled and happy that I was chosen to be an ARC reader for her, because I just had a blast reading this. This was something that I have always dreamed of, being able to read and review books that I love and share that love with people, and to be chosen to do that was just amazing. So thank you, Bree, for giving me the opportunity to read this book and to become obsessed with your series. Yeah, I had a blast. So thank you so much. I can't say enough thank yous. Go pick it up. 5 stars. Loved it. It was just a great time. Definitely check it out. It is available on Amazon Unlimited, or Kindle Unlimited, sorry. You can also get the paperback there on Amazon too. And yeah, I think it was great. So check it out. Next, we read Sinner, Sierra Simone. I had read Priest and Midnight Mass previous to this, and I loved those. This was a series that my friend recommended to me, and I loved the first 2, like I said, and I could not wait to get to the second one. However, when I got to that second one, I was in fact dealing with something that was kind of sort of a little too close to home with the side story in this, something that was happening in the side story. I don't think it's in the description, so I'm not going to say it because I don't want to spoil anything. But there was a trigger topic that hit too close to home, so I had to soft DNF it when I first started reading it. I mean, I barely touched it before I had to be like, you know what, I can't do it. It's just, it's too close to home. But I always planned to go back to it when I wasn't in the situation that I was in that was causing that. So when I was choosing my TBR and I got a book you DNF'd prompt, this is the only book that came to mind. And I was like, okay, that means it's time to read it. So I put it on my TBR, and I am so glad I did, because I loved this book. It was so good. I mean, yes, it still had that same thing that was causing me stress to begin with, but I persevered, which I don't recommend for everyone. You know, if you can't handle, know your limits. I knew that it was enough where I should be able to handle it, and I'll be honest, like, there was another book on my TBR that I could not read because it was literally too much of the fact that it was like the identical thing that I had been dealing with, but theirs turned worse and the bad outcome, and I had to completely DNF it. I just cannot read it because it is way like it was right there. But for my mental health, I knew I would not be able to do it. So, know your limits. This book was a soft DNF for me, but I was able to do it. I do not regret reading it. I loved it. Their story was so heartwarming. It was so good. It made me cry. There was a chapter in there that literally just devastated me again because of my own personal connection, that I ended up having to curl up next to the person that had been the reason why I couldn't read it, and just like cry for a good like 20-25 minutes, and then I was good and I continued, and it was great. I definitely recommend this series. It's so good. I love Sierra Simone. I haven't read a book yet that I haven't loved from her, and I am very excited to continue on with this series. And the next one is Saint, which is the third brother out of the four, and I can't wait to read it. So I definitely recommend it. It was, it was a 4.5. I'd say 4.5 star, 5. It was close to a 5 for me. 4.5 just because it was such a struggle for me to get through just that side story. Had it not been that, I probably would have ate this up even faster and easier. But yeah, 4.5 at least. It was a really good one. Like I said, I can do more than just, like 4, 3, 2, 1, or 5 stars. Because it's mine. I can choose whatever I want. So 4.5 stars. Next book we read was Throne of Power by Rena Kent. And I love Rena Kent so much. Her Legacy of God series is just one of my absolute favorite series. Like, I love it. I loved her. I love her. I truly, truly love her. I have not read a book that I do not love. I've loved every single one. The new hockey one that she's doing, oh my God, I ate that up. I cannot wait for the second one. Kiss the Villain. I literally bought the first version. Then when she decided to make it a series, I bought the Barnes & Noble edition and the Walmart edition. Like, I love her. So yeah, I love all of her books, and I was so excited to go back and experience it from the parents' point of view. Like I said, I started with, sorry, I had to reposition. This was an uncomfortable floor. I was like cramping. You can't see me. And that's only because I haven't done my makeup today. So hello, hi. See my pretty nails? They're beautiful. I just got them done for my birthday, which is coming up soon. My sister gifted me these luxury nails. I'll put their tag on my screen somewhere because I'm talking about them. Vivian, she owns the nail salon, and she always does my nails, and she always does such a freaking amazing job. She hand draws, like, do you see that smiley face? She hand drew it. These little flowers, she hand drew. My heart, she drew. Like, every little piece she painted. Each nail. Like, she's an artist. Just amazing. Okay. I'm getting distracted. But yeah. So that's why you don't see me, is I did not do makeup, hair, and all the things. Anyway, Throne of Power. This is Nikolai's mom and dad's origin story. It is a duology. I think it's the Throne duet. I think it is. Oh, I'll put it on the screen somewhere here. But yeah, this is the first one, Throne of Power. This one leaves you on a semi-cliffhanger. I mean, it's cliffhanger, but like, I think I know what's happening, but I'm not sure. I could be completely wrong. I probably am completely wrong. But it does leave you kind of being like, huh? What? Why are you stopping here? And I knew it was going to do that to me. And I knew I wouldn't have time to read the second one because I couldn't add yet another book to my August TBR. So I am living in limbo until I can read the second one, which I am working on for September. My September TBR is very long, and we're doing it a little differently than last month. And I promise to film a video and let you guys know what we're doing very soon. But yeah, Throne of Power. I loved it. I loved getting to meet his mom and dad and kind of see them as they were younger, before they were together, before they were that strong force together, and kind of just seeing them come into their own. And it is so good, and I cannot wait to continue and read the second one and then continue on from those and read the whole backlog. I'm so excited. Like, I'm so excited. I have no idea where I'm going to fit all of those books when I eventually read them, because I've been really good lately and been purchasing mostly the books that I've read instead of books that I haven't read yet, because my physical TBR is not as long as most people, but I'm trying to be good. I don't think that's going to last very long. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm probably going to end up just buying books just to have the book, even if I don't read it yet. But for now, I'm trying to purchase books as I read them. Loved it. This was a 5-star for me. I don't think I've ever had a Rena Kemp book that I didn't enjoy. I loved this, and I'm so excited for more. Next up, we have Flawless. Let's fix that there. Maybe we'll go straight. There we go. Flawless by Elsie Silver. This is the first in the Chestnut Springs series. This is also my absolutely first Elsie Silver book, and I loved it. It was my first cowboy romance too, and oh my goodness, I knew I would love it, like, because too many people have told me that I would love this book, and I was like, I'm sure I'm gonna love it. But I had so much fun. I loved their characters. I loved the story. Bull Rider, like, so out of left field for me. I loved his brothers and his nephew and his dad and her, and just, I loved them so much. I had so much fun with this book. And like I said, I had a handful of really stressful books previous, and this one was just so easy for me to read. There were some, moments, obviously, but nothing compared to what I had been dealing with. I enjoyed it. Her story was so good and touching, and you really felt for her, and like her experiences and his fears, and just, oh God, it was so good. It was so good. 5 stars, like 5 stars. Loved it. I can't wait to read the next one. It is literally looking at me on my shelf with the physical books that I'm reading for September. Like, it's so good. So good. 5 stars. Go read this book. You won't regret it. Read the series. I'm sure the whole series is great. I haven't read it all, but I'm positive. No questions. And then our final book for August was Beautiful Things by Emily Rath. And I love her. Oh God, I can't say enough good things about Emily Rath. This book, and I saw her talking about this book, and it's a Why Choose historical romance, and I ate this up. This was the last book of August for me, and I could not stop reading it. I devoured it. It was so good. I loved her characters, the men in there, her female, like, everything was so good. This book is beautiful too, like, gorgeous. Love the reimagined cover, and they just re-released like the cover and the like the sprayed edges. It's just beautiful. And when she was talking about it, it sounded so interesting, so I could not wait to read it, and I put it on my TBR, and I did not regret it at all. It is part of a series. There is a second book that I think it concludes. I'm pretty sure the second book concludes this series, and I do have that on my Kindle app, but I haven't started it only because I have a couple books that I have to finish first before I can read it. But it is on my September TBR to read this September, and I will be reading it. But yeah, so Beautiful Things, freaking 5.5, 6 stars. Love it. I recommend it. Go pick it up. It is so good. Emily Rath writes such good characters. I really love her. Her Pucking Around series, I luckily was able to read Pucking Strong before it was released, which is her newest release for the Pucking Around series. And that story, it broke me. So good. I loved it. So if you haven't read that, you should read that. That was in my July read. I read that one, and I recommend Teddy and Henrik. Just go read them. They're great. But Emily Rath, she never does me wrong. Every book I've read of hers, I've loved. Like, I just love it. And I think you guys should check it out. And that is it. Those were my reads for August. Yeah, August. Those were my reads for August. There they are, all my physical copies on my shelf. They need to be put away back into their proper spots. But these were the books I read. Most of them were parts of series, to be honest, and I didn't even realize that. This is a series, newly series, not a series, end of series. Sort of standalone but in a series, standalone but in a series. And then the ebooks that I will pop in places. Up there you can see a hint of September's physical copies that I have. They're sitting there. But yeah, so that was August. Thanks for hanging out with me for probably a 30-minute video. I do apologize. I rambled a lot. Sorry you couldn't see me, but hi, you can see my hand. I'm here physically, I promise. I just, again, did not feel like getting all fancied up for a filming of a video. Because this is my one day off. But yeah, anyway, thank you again for hanging out with me, for listening to me ramble and tell you to read all of the books that I read, and check them out. And hopefully you're having a lovely morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. And I will see you soon with some September reads, and I don't know, whatever else I come up with. I have an unboxing coming soon. My birthday is coming up very soon, and I hope to share all of the purchases that I get for my birthday with you all. But yeah, this has been fun. If you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, okay. See you guys later. Bye.